In a perfect world, we wouldn't have any cost of business, no seller fees. We would be able to keep 100% of our money. But that perfect world doesn't exist. Whether you're selling in store or online, you're going to have fees associated with doing business, aka cost of business. So today we're going to go over Etsy fees, what they are, and who they apply to, because not all fees on Etsy apply to every individual. Let's just jump straight into the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button. Okay guys, the first fee that we're going to talk about is the listing fee. This applies to every single listing on Etsy. Everybody pays a listing fee when you list an item. So when you list an item, you pay 20 cents to list that item. That is for a 4-month period. However, every single time that item sells, if you have automatic renewal on, it's going to automatically renew again for 20 cents. If you don't have automatic renewal on, then you're going to have to manually renew it if you want that to be relisted, which I'm sure if it's selling, you do. But every time it sells and it's relisted, whether you do it manually or you do it automatically, it's going to be 20 cents. Okay, and it does start the 4-month period over again every time that it's sold and relisted. So the next fee is the transaction fee. At the time of this filming, it's 6.5%. You are going to be paying a 6.5% transaction fee. This applies to shipping, if you're doing any kind of gift wrapping service, and the price of the item. It does not apply to sales tax in the United States and Canada. So this fee is already taken out ahead of time by Etsy. They go ahead and withdraw that money from your balance, and then that way you never actually have to pay them yourself. So as you make the sale, the money that's deposited into your balance, they've already withdrew their portion of the transaction fee. Next fee is Etsy processing fee. It applies to any shop that accepts Etsy payments. And if you're wondering, Etsy payments is automatically required of Etsy shops if it's available in your country. There is a ton of countries that it is available in, and if it is available in your country, Etsy requires you to be opted in to Etsy payments. What is Etsy payments? Etsy payments is basically letting these customers choose what way they want to pay and in their own currency. So maybe it's Google Pay, Apple Pay, a variety of different ways, PayPal, different credit cards, whatever way they want to pay and in their own currency. This actually helps you to convert more sales because people who are comfortable with payment options usually tend to check out and not be such, slow buyers. They're impulse buyers. So it's actually a good thing. This fee varies from country to country. It basically varies based on where your bank is located. I will link below all the different countries and how you can find out what your fee is for this. If you're in the United States, it is currently 3% plus 25 cents per transaction. So that's on every sale. You're going to pay the 3% plus 25 cents per transaction in the United States. I will link the other countries below so you can check out what your fee will be. It does vary. Okay, guys, the next fees are actually kind of fees. It's shipping, right? So you have shipping fees if you're selling physical goods, and you can purchase your labels straight through Etsy if you accept PayPal and Etsy payments in your shop. So basically these labels, you buy them through Etsy. It's either FedEx or USPS labels, and they'll go ahead and automatically add tracking and stuff to the listing that you're shipping. But also it deducts that shipping cost out of your payments. So that is a fee. So there is your shipping fee. And of course, this doesn't apply to digital products. This is for physical products that you are shipping out. The next option is Etsy Ads, and what I said is an option. It's an optional fee. You do not have to opt into Etsy Ads. It is totally optional. However, if you have the budget, you can opt into Etsy Ads. It's basically paid ads to get your listings to feature higher in the search results. It's definitely helpful. I will say I do recommend you making sure your SEO is good before you start running Etsy Ads. But once you do that, you can hop in and you can throw a little bit into the budget. You can do $1 a day all the way up to whatever amount of money you want to do each day. And Etsy will basically use all of your ad budget for that day, and then it'll stop and it'll restart again the next day. This helps you to feature higher in the search results, hopefully get you some sales under your belt. And it's totally recommendable if you have the income to run the ads and you also have your SEO correct. But it's totally optional. You can turn it on or off at any time. And like I said, you can set your ad limit budget to as low as $1 a day. Choose to use Etsy ads, you have a daily budget amount that you get to set. When you set your daily budget, Etsy will basically use all of your ad money for that day, and then the next day they will start it again. So they do not continue going past your daily budget. If you set it for $1 a day, they'll use that dollar, they'll stop, and then they'll restart the next day. It is important to note that with Etsy ads, it's pay per click, not pay per view. So if they show it to tons of visitors and you don't get tons of clicks, you're not paying for that. You're only paying for the clicks, and you're paying the bid amount that Etsy has set. Also important to note is you can turn off and on each individual listing you have to say, okay, I want to run ads on this one, but I don't want to run ads on this listing. That is helpful to boost certain listings in the beginning. Etsy determines the bid amount for each listing. So when Etsy does show your item and somebody clicks your item, you will pay a certain amount for that click through. Next fee we're going to talk about is Etsy Offsite Ads. What is Etsy Offsite Ads? It is basically where Etsy pays for advertising spots on social platforms and search engines, okay, such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google. Basically, they feature certain listings on Etsy and they feature them in these advertisements. It does bring more exposure to your shop. However, it also comes with a high fee. If you have made less than $10,000 on Etsy in the last 365 days, you will be charged a 15% fee for offsite ads on Etsy. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You can turn it off if you've made less than $10,000 in the last 365 days. If you've met or exceeded $10,000 in the last 365 days, your fee is lowered to 12%. However, you cannot turn off offsite ads. So there's a lot of opinions on this. There's a lot of ways that people feel about this, but it doesn't matter. That is the black and white version of Etsy Offsite Ads. It is an optional fee for some, and it's mandatory for others. The next fee is totally optional. It's the Etsy Plus account. It is at the time of filming $10 a month, but you get back $5 in ads credits each month. You get 15 free listings each month. You get a discount on a custom domain, and you're able to more customize your shop. With that being said, you do not have to buy this. It's totally optional, and you can do everything you need with a free Etsy account. That is actually what I use, is a free Etsy account, and I do very well. So with that being said, don't feel pressured to do it, but if you want to and you want to make your shop maybe look better and look more customizable, feel free to do it. So the next step up is Etsy Pattern. It's another optional fee, and it's a step up from the Etsy Plus. It is $15 a month, but the difference is you actually get your own website through Etsy Pattern. And I'm going to link an article down below on Etsy Plus and Etsy Pattern. Totally feel free to check that out. You do not have to get either of these. You do not have to pay the $10 a month or $15 a month. You can totally do what you need with a basic Etsy account. However, some people like to have those customization options. And if you want to be one of those people, you can check it out below. Okay, guys, the next two fees are more rare, but it's definitely ones I want to cover in case you are in a country or these are applicable to you. With that being said, the first one is the regulatory operating fee. It is only valid in certain countries, and all it is, in simplest terms, is it is basically Etsy sometimes has to pay different fees to operate in those countries. Maybe it's compliance fees, whatever, and they pass the cost along to you. So if you're operating in a country that is harder for Etsy to operate in, and they're having to pay extra money to operate there, then they're going to charge you a fee. And this fee, I will link an article down below. It's a fixed fee, and it's based on your price plus your gift wrapping and shipping and all that. So I will link the article down below so you can check it out based on your location. The next fee is a currency conversion fee, and basically it is when they have to pay you for a item that you've sold somewhere that they've had to convert the currency. So if you're in the US and you sell something in Europe and they have to convert it to euros to US dollars, and basically you're going to pay a fee for that. It's 2.5%, and that's only applicable some of the time, because most of the time, at least for me, most of my customers are in the United States, so therefore I don't really hardly ever pay that conversion rate. However, it's just something I wanted to mention. I hope this video was helpful. I will have tons of links and resources down below. Make sure you check out my other videos. Check out my Sales Samurai video for SEO. And next week I'll be listing another video, and it'll probably be on SEO and more listings for you guys to put up and make some money with. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thanks for watching.